Hello everybody out there in the YouTube community, comic book community, and quite frankly the internet world, and welcome. I'm Chris, he's Mike.
Hey guys.
And welcome to our Dark Avenger comic book review, mostly mine, but he is also with me, he's part of my panel, so it's our comic book review as much as it is mine. Finally back on time, only 2 days late, and it's been a crazy summer, guys. That's why my videos have been like a week late. Now this video, for the first time in I believe about 5 or 6 weeks, I'm on time with only a couple of days late instead of an entire week late. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this more because it's newer. You know, a lot of you guys didn't hear about these. You know, these books are still fresh. In other words, and it's exactly 1 week ago that these came out. The week of August 8th, 2012. And before we get into the books, really quickly, me and Mike are fresh off of our first live cast from Dark Avenger Inc. The relaunched, revamped, and reloaded, and renumbered, for that matter, Avenger cast. And it's in the Google Plus format, meaning it's live, it's with the cameras, and it's all about comic books. We went from movies involving comic books, to TV involving comic books, to cartoons, to toys, to comics that are coming out in the near future, and comics that are coming out in the distant future in November, story arcs, artists, Marvel, DC, Image, IDW, every single comic book company you can think of. And we had a lot of questions that we answered. Yeah.
And also we want to bring out in loving memory of Joe Kubert.
Kubert.
Yeah.
Joe Kubert died on Sunday. He was 85 years old. And he passed away this Sunday, so God bless Joe Kubert. Our hearts go out to his family, and our condolences as well. But for those of you who missed the live broadcast on Dark Avenger Inc., it's okay, because, all live broadcasts are recorded and posted as videos. So if you guys have approximately 2 hours to spare, or in intervals, the show is mostly going to be between the time frame of 2 hours with a couple of minutes extra, or a couple of minutes, no less than about 2 hours, I'd say.
Right.
But no more than 2 hours either, not too much longer. It was 2 hours and 15-ish minutes, so we did that also because we had a slow start. Kat had a problem getting on to the chat, so we added the 15 minutes because we were very busy trying to get her on the chat while we were chatting at the same time. So we added the 15 minutes. Most of the time it's going to be within a 2 hour time frame, give or take a few minutes. So if you guys missed out, there's a lot of stuff we talked about on there, so just scoot over to Dark Avenger Inc. when you get the chance. It should be if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe, so next time we go live next month in September, you guys will know about it right off the bat when you go on YouTube.
Yes, and sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, for those who watched us live, just thank you all for all your support, comments, questions especially, because we love answering them, and everything else of that. And if you didn't watch it, please do, even though it's 2 hours. We really appreciate it, and we're more than happy to answer your comments of whatever questions you have, either on the show or post-show as well.
And next week, guys, on Tuesday, it'll be back here for another Dark Avenger live cast where we'll be talking about new stuff, new comics, and stuff like that there. But for right now, let's get into the comic books that were released on August 8, 2012. Throwing it out there really quickly, Garfield issue 4. I love the artwork. I love Garfield. If you love Garfield, you'll be buying this. If you don't, you won't. But I'll tell you guys the truth. Love it. Lisa Moore, my friend, does the coloring for this book. And I believe Cindy's going to actually be reviewing this book on Dark Avenger Inc. when she actually starts her reviews, which will be in the hopefully near, but we're not sure when, so sometime in the future. She is already considered a member because she's been doing a lot of the pictures and stuff for our channel.
They're really great.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of behind the scenes work, so she deserves her name there before doing any videos. But she'll be doing videos soon, and she will definitely be reviewing Garfield. So keep an eye out on Dark Avenger Inc. for Cindy's review of Garfield and stuff like that. But I love Garfield. Voltron Year 1 issue 4. Here's my deal. The way Voltron's going, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue it. The thing is, next week, or this Wednesday, next weekend's review will be on Voltron issue 7. That's when it's coming out. It's coming out Wednesday. And That's really going to make or break for me, because this issue, it's just another mission. Sven is still trying to prove that the commander, I forgot his name, is a traitor, and at the same time the commander finds out towards the end of the book one of Sven's secrets, and there's a good amount of action. You know, the Voltron force is in action, but once again, no Voltron. Not saying that it should be expected, because then again, this is year 1, so technically Voltron shouldn't even be involved, but at the same time, I don't know. It's like, if, especially with money being so tight, this is not exactly a book I should be spending $3.99 on. So
I mean, it is action-packed, kind of.
It is, kind of. I mean, they have it has its moments, but at the same time, right now money's tight, and for $3.99, I'm just not. If I'm not enjoying it, I don't think I'm going to hold on to it. Also, a little advertisement: Evil Ernie's coming back. I know a few people that liked Evil Ernie. Evil Ernie 1 is coming out.
Yeah, returns this October.
October, yes. So, I don't know. I'm making next week's issue 7 of Voltron determine whether I'm going to hold on to this as well as Voltron or drop it. This, I believe, only has a couple more issues before it ends anyway. So, all depends. If not, it'll go into the sale bin for me. We'll see. It's not the Voltron I'm used to. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Micro series is once again just throwing it out there. Raphael one-shot, color classic. I've already reviewed this book in my Comic Book Corner review of the Ultimate Collection Volume 1 of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I'm not going to review this book again. Did love it. It is the beginning with Casey Jones. Love the fight between Raph and Casey. The artwork is beautiful. It's even better in color. Although I must admit, color, black and white, TMNT is still awesome. I haven't found or read a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book yet that I don't like. So,
I mean, Kevin Eastman's really good at what he does with this
Teenage
Ninja Turtles.
We were introduced to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles through the cartoon in the 90s. So to see them in comic form now, especially because I love reading comics, it's just perfect. So guys, if you have the extra cash and you like the classics from back then, if you want to colorize your classics, here you go. If not, you don't have to, especially if you have the original. Shoot, you got money then. Transformers Robots in Disguise issue 8, the last one for this week when it comes to indie books. I enjoyed it this week. I loved it. Ironhide teams up with the Dinobots. Distress call from the jungles outside of the Cybertronian city. And Ironhide takes the Dinobots with him to basically a search and rescue mission. While back in the city, Bumblebee is fighting with Starscream and Metalhawk about elections to elect who should lead the Autobots and Decepticons, and just basically lead the entire Cybertron for the moment. And then it jumps back to Ironhide and the Dinobots trying to find out what happened to the aerial bots. There's a lot of friction between Ironhide and the Triceratops. I don't know why I forgot his name. I know Swoop is the...
Prowl?
No, Prowl. Prowl is working with... Did you say it in the beginning?
I think it's all the other round.
No. So, whatever. Anyway, there's a bit of a disagreement, but then Ironhide explains about his vision. While back in Cybertron, though, the Decepticons, Swindle finds out about what Prowl, that's who Prowl is, did with the Decepticons way back a couple of issues back, and actually reports it to Shockwave, and Shockwave might be using this information against Bumblebee pretty soon. And then towards the end of the issue, it goes back to Ironhide and the Dinobots, and something happens to the Dinobots, and Ironhide is not exactly in safe hands anymore. We find Ironhide actually in a very precarious position by the end of this book. I won't tell you guys what happened yet. You'll have to wait till issue 9 to find out what happens to Prowl at the end of this book. Really good. Love the artwork. Love Transformers. Guys, if you haven't been checking it out, this is the first issue of Dinobot Month. You can pick it up and start right from there. However, I would recommend when you get the chance to go back to 7 issues and get the full story, but been going good so far. Going into the big 2. really the big one. I only have 2 books from DC. A book I'm dropping, Ozymandias issue 2. Done. Every single Watchmen book thus far has had nudity in it. Night Owl. I knew I was going to say Nighthawk. Night Owl. Ozymandias now. Silk Spectre. The Minutemen have yet to show you nudity, I believe. I could be wrong. And same thing goes for the Comedian. But every single other book has it. And no offense, but here's the Comedian in the last page. I'm sorry. I can't take this artwork. I can't. I cannot take this artwork. I'm done. I'm done.
What?
Misproportioned completely. Yeah, I'm done. Sorry. Nope. I'm not going to be getting Ozymandias anymore. I didn't like the character in The Watchmen. I don't like the character now. The whole thing's stupid. I'm done with Ozymandias. It was my least favorite of the entire Before Watchmen, and this issue just pushed it over the edge, especially because it has a $3.99 price tag, and it's a 6-issue miniseries. It's one of the 3 6 issues.
Why do they allow all those, especially nudity in these comics? I don't understand.
All of a sudden, it's okay for
Let's not get into it.
Not getting into it.
Not getting into
Beside the point, though, Ozymandias is the first Before Watchmen book I will be dropping, and it's a 6-issue mini. I can't. If it was a 4-issue mini for 2 more issues, I'd say what the hell. But this is a 6-issue mini, and we're only in issue 2. I'm not going to spend $3.99. I can find a better book to spend it on, and I might actually have a good idea of it. After our live cast, I might actually look into the 2 issues I dropped Batman and Robin 2 issues back, but I'm hearing good things about Batman and Robin during the live cast Audrey was telling us. So I might actually go back and get issues 11 and 10 for Batman and Robin. Or 11 and 12, because 12 came out. Yeah, 11 and 12.
11 and 12,
yeah, I'll go back and get 11 and 12 and give Batman and Robin another sporting chance before completely dropping it. But Batman 12 came out this week. It's the epilogue to... I don't understand how they said this is the epilogue to the Night of Owls and the beginning of something new. It's absolutely...
Is it Night of Owls or Court of Owls?
Court of Owls is the people. It was called the Night of Owls, the miniseries.
Yeah, because I was confused with that.
This entire comic book had nothing to do with a recap or anything like that. It's about this girl named Harper and her little brother Cullen who get bullied. They're getting bullied around. Harper goes to Bruce Wayne's changing and fixing the Gotham City event. She doesn't believe it. Cullen is, I believe, yeah, they break into the house. They these people from their school beat up Cullen, cut his hair and everything like that. And the sister fixes things up, or tries to fix things up and look just like her brother. Batman shows up when she bumps into the people that have been bullying her brother, and they pull out a knife, and of course, none other than Batman shows up to save the day. And it's the first time anybody ever stuck up for her or her brother. So she's looking to pay Batman back, and she finds out that he's using these little devices under the city, and she goes to upgrade them, so to speak, so that they reach out in a broader kind of band.
Can I just ask, like, what is that?
She has a nose ring.
Oh.
Yeah, she has a nose ring.
It didn't look like that. I'm like saying, what is that?
Batman basically makes cameos in his own book in this book. So, Batman's fighting the tiger shark, and he's asking about how the Talon got into Wayne Manor. And that's basically the only connection to the Night of Owls this entire book has. And then, at the very end of the book, Batman tells Harper, "You're finished, don't help me." And she's like, "I just wanted to pay you back for what you did for me and my brother. Nobody's ever stuck up for us before." And then Batman disappears, and that's it. So it has nothing to do with a recap or anything like that. It's its own standalone story. I have itchy nose. It's its own standalone story that involves Batman, but it's not focused around Batman. It's focused around... I feel like I've read this story somewhere before, where it's focused around a person who likes a certain superhero. Something bad happens and the superhero shows up. They're inspired, and then they do something, and towards the end of the book, the superhero comes back to them again.
Wasn't it in the Superman?
It sounds like something from Superman.
Yeah, Superman, something like it was a little boy, I think, and then the
something. No, it happens a million times. So this book kind of feels like a generic rinse and redo kind of story.
It's in a rebirth, maybe.
I don't know, but it feels like a rinse and redo story.
Grounded, I think.
Yeah, it was around Grounded.
Yeah.
But beside the point, it seems like they do this a lot in certain books. So it's just one of those other stories, those side stories about people that were touched by Batman, so to speak. Do you need it? Absolutely not. Would I recommend it? Sure. It's really good. Guest artist in this book, Greg Capullo, does not do the internal artwork in this book. But he'll be back for the next issue.
And don't forget issue zeros. They come out next month for DC.
Yeah, so we won't be seeing... I actually think this was a good idea with Batman. This was smart. They didn't start the story to have it held up in the air for 2 months while the zero goes out. So actually this was a very smart idea by Scott Snyder to do. A standalone story, so this way we don't go into the next story arc until after the number zeros come out. So this way it doesn't leave you wondering for 2 months what the hell's going to happen next.
No, Green Arrow and Justice League Dark, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So in a way, actually that was a very smart thing they did with Batman. Into Marvel now. First, this came out a couple of weeks ago and I want to just throw it out there. Secret Avengers issue 29. I actually enjoyed it. You can see the friction between, or the tension between Hawkeye and Venom. Venom still has that vigilante, like, you know, you get your target and you kill him kind of sense. And Hawkeye's like, no, you can't do that. Avengers don't kill. And Venom's having a hard time coping with that. So anyway, the Masters of Evil, led by Max Fury, are in search of 3 magical crowns. And it turns out this guy called John Steely, who was Hawkeye's undercover agent in the Masters of Evil, found out what the 3 crowns can be used for. They have 2, and somebody else found the 3rd. And got killed, and then the 3rd crown was stolen by somebody else. Beginning of the book has a Venom and Valkyrie moment. In my opinion, though, I think Venom's a little bit out of character. Just a little bit. Tiny bit. I could be wrong.
From the other comic book, yeah.
And on this page, really quickly, we get a recap about what's going on with Ant-Man, that he's still connected to Father. So, the Secret Avengers then go on a seek. They find out that Steel's gone under. They can't get into contact with him. He was supposed to get out a couple of days ago. He's gone missing. So it's up to the Secret Avengers to get in there, save him, and get out. So John Steele tries to break out. Secret Avengers, of course, show up. And I don't think John makes it. And this is where it gets into the Venom.
Yeah, he kind of does look out of
Hawkeye moment. And then it turns out they find out that somebody has the 3rd crown. Somebody by the name of... Where is he? Somebody by the name of Taskmaster.
Oh, Taskmaster?
Yes. And he's in the... I believe it's called the Pit. Let me make sure I'm referencing the right place.
Oh, yeah.
In the Hole.
You
it's called the Hole.
Him, yeah.
He's in the Hole, and his hideout is in the Hole. Venom goes in the Hole to get to Taskmaster and the crown. He threatens Taskmaster. He says, I'll fight you for it. And he's like, we fight to the death. And Venom looks very Venom-esque in this.
Yeah, I was about to say, what happened to the other Venom?
I don't know, but on the next cover, Venom looks very Venom again. But I think it's just a cover-up, like a cover, you know, to look like he's Venom, but he's really, you know, they don't know about Agent Venom yet, so maybe he's using it as a disguise more.
Could be.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But I shouldn't have dropped this to begin with. The story's pretty good. I'm going to hold on to it and see where this story arc goes and then make my decision. But it's pretty good thus far. I would definitely say check it out. DeadPool Kills the Marvel Universe, issue 2. DeadPool goes after Spider-Man and the Avengers. And somebody else.
Can you just tell me how it went with Spider-Man? I just gotta know, because they're just both comedic. It's, what?
Yeah. And also Deadpool goes after the Hulk, and you think the Hulk wins, but we all know he doesn't. And then all the loved ones of the Avengers and Spider-Man pay one person, big spoiler here, Taskmaster, to eliminate Deadpool once and for all. So we'll see what happens next. In the next issue, he goes after the X-Men. Really nice mini. The first issue was a little bit like of a slow start. It was kind of a okay kind of reasoning to why Deadpool all of a sudden wants to kill everybody. But after that, like beginning issue, like setting everything up, the series gone pretty good. Going pretty good for this issue. I can't wait to read next tomorrow's issue when it comes to me at the end of the week. We are now in 2.1, Sensational Spider-Man 33.1. There's a .2 coming out next week. Spider-Man's fighting the Vulture, not the Vulture that you guys know, the Green Vulture. This is the Red Vulture that can spew out venom. This was going on during the Brand New Day thing.
Seems like every Sensational Spider-Man, there's always a new villain that nobody's familiar with, well, that I know of.
Yeah, and the story's not focused around Spidey. It's actually focused more around Carly Cooper. And
Why?
It turns out, but there's a fight between Vulture and Spider-Man, and Vulture knocks into one of these containers that are near the harbor, and inside the container it turns out human trafficking. We didn't see that coming. So Carly wants to take the case. Doesn't like that she was actually that Pete actually snapped a photo of her saving the people because it got her chewed out by the chief. Then special agents come in and they actually take the case over. Carly still tries to. Whoop.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Carly comes in and tries to take over the case, and she like does it undercover, sort of.
I'll fix it.
It's okay. And she gets found out by the special agents for snooping around. She thinks that the Vulture's actually involved with the entire what do you call it, situation, but I don't think Vulture is. I think it's somebody else. And they find out it's this guy called Bolek Borsky, and he actually puts out a hit on Carly, and Spider-Man actually shows up to save the day against the person who's going to hit her, but it turns out there's two people going after her. Not only is the guy who's trying to perform the hit, but so is the Red Vulture, and that's where they leave you off. I like the artwork. I especially like the way they drew Spider-Man, even though he's not in like half the book. A couple of splash pages here or there. But I'm actually enjoying it. Can't wait to see the next issue this week. Fun read and really enjoyable. Sorry if I'm giving you guys a couple of extra spoilers this week. Just enjoyable issues. Really enjoyed them.
Yep.
Setting everything up in Mighty Thor issue 18 is the prologue to Everything Burns. Here's my one little complaint and little annoyance that now, excuse me, I have to actually go out of my way and get another series. Everything Burns is a Mighty Thor and Journey into Mystery crossover. Part 1 is in Journey into Mystery 642, which then continues in Thor, which goes back to Journey into Mystery, which continues in Thor, which goes back to Journey into Mystery, which concludes in Thor. And then the epilogue is the last issue of the Mighty Thor. Now, these books come out twice a month. So that means 2 Thors, 2 Journey into Mysteries, plus a Journey into Mystery at the end of this month, in September, and 1 in October. That's why I really do not like crossovers, especially ones that aren't really needed. What was that?
Your phone just turned on again.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. So, All Mother's having these dreams about fires that can't be extinguished, and something bad's coming to Asgard, and it can't be stopped. While on Earth, Thor is actually assisting some firemen, and there's like these fires that are happening all over the city. I believe this is the kid from the last story arc, Jeff Fisher, and he's actually, it looks like he's actually possessed. And all this stuff is happening. They have like these birds dying and fires everywhere, and Loki shows up, and this bird, I forgot his name, Icole, And Eichel thinks it is Loki that's doing it. And Loki's like, if you don't trust me, who else can? Loki actually goes to the All-Mother. And the All-Mother is talking about her past, where her father and Odin... this is back a long, long time ago, where Odin wanted to merge fix the war between the Vanir and the Aesir, and it doesn't exactly go well. Her father goes off to war against Odin, doesn't exactly win, and later on Odin actually marries the All-Mother. So, and it's basically a flashback, and then we go back to present day, where Thor comes back to Loki, and he's really burned. And he's a god, so gods can't burn. So he's like, what could be burning you? How is this happening? And Thor doesn't even know what's going on yet. And the end of the issue is a surprise. You guys are gonna have to wait till part 1 next month, or this month actually, in Journey into Mystery, which I will be obviously buying now. I have no choice. But I think Journey into Mystery is ending also, so that's kind of why they're kind of merging the last story arc with them.
Also, I think we should go into another part because the timer thing stopped.
Okay, go check behind the camera. What are we up to?
26 minutes and 35.
Alright, you stay behind the camera for a little bit, and then I'll just conclude Thor. The next book's yours. I'll wait, and we'll do it in the next part. But guys, I'm actually enjoying the Mighty Thor. I know a lot of people really, either you like Thor or you don't. If you don't like Thor, you don't check him out. But I'm looking forward to what they're going to be doing with Thor after AVX and Marvel Now. I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next with Thor. I'm not too happy. He is in his 50th anniversary. He was created in 1962, and it's 2002 now. So he's 50 years old, Thor. Happy birthday, Thor. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens next with the Mighty Thor. But I'm just not a fan that I got to cross over with the Journey into Mystery. That's the only downside to this whole thing. But we'll see what happens next. Take care, everybody. We'll see you in the next part. I don't know why I said take care, everybody, but see you guys in the next part. If you enjoyed this video, love comments. Please feel free to leave likes, dislikes, and anything in between. Take care, guys. See you guys in the next part.